Welcome to The Lock Shop with Nielson and Hustler, powered by Coolbet Canada.
Hello, and welcome to The Lock Shop Masters Edition. This is going to be a lot of fun. I love drafts, and we're doing a Masters draft today. I love prepping for drafts. I love the strategy of drafts, and I love the Masters. So a Masters draft really hits everything right on the head. If there's a nail, right on the head. So that's good. Shout out to the boys for an awesome thumbnail today. Huss is in his Masters green, as expected. Let's bring in Huss right away. Patty's going to join us as well. Huss, you are a man who is ready for a Masters show.
I absolutely am. This week, I mean, September is always awesome when we get NFL back and NHL is about to start. And, you know, it's sort of like, I do love the fall. But I'm not sure there's a better week. I mean, if you're big into the Final Four, like starting off this week with the Final Four, the excitement of the push for the playoffs in the National Hockey League, and then the official start of golf season, spring, and the Masters, I mean, it does not get any better than this. And as a former Green Jacket winner, it gives me the opportunity to pull this out and put it on.
Again, the Green Jacket is what's it for?
That is the champion of the Mo Gosselin Invitational.
Mo Gosselin, that's right.
The highly prestigious MGI. And yes, I've got it. I do believe there's a crest here.
There it is. MGI. Of course. That's good.
Not quite. But I'm ready. I mean, I think this is so interesting. I mean, you've got two big time favorites when we've got Scotty Scheffler and Rory McIlroy. Sort of a gap, and then a group of world-class players, and then another gap, and then, you know, all the unique things about Augusta, the former winners, you know, many top players that don't get in because they didn't win a tournament or they didn't qualify or were invited in some ways. So, listen, this is probably the most fun golf show of the year.
Oh, yeah.
The most fun tournament of the year, and I love the fact that we've added a little bit of a draft concept into some of our favorite picks.
Prepping for this draft has been amazing. Usually it's fun prepping for this anyway, but Masters draft is going to be great. Let's bring in Patty, who, I mean, from the monitor over there, it looks like he's got a green jacket of some sort on as well. Patty, that looks tremendous.
Hello, friends.
Well done, sir.
This is the best.
Well done.
This is the best. This is the best. I've been looking at my phone. I was so locked in yesterday to the Champions Dinner on their Instagram page, checking out the skillet cookies, trying to see what each of the champions, former champions, were drinking. I got on the Masters app. I was tracking guys on the range, seeing how many balls they were hitting. Looks like Max Homa hit like 450 balls yesterday, which leads me to believe this guy is not confident at all. He's absolutely lost his game. And then you have Bryson like a maniac, just hammering balls on the range. This is the best. This is the best tournament. It has the best coverage. Huss, you talked about all the different storylines that we have coming into this one. I don't know if we've had a more anticipated Masters in this long of a time. I think a big reason is because of the two top dogs at the top, but you sprinkle in the LIV stuff. You talk about how certain other guys that are coming into great form. I'm really looking forward to this. This is going to be a lot of fun.
These cookies look absolutely delicious.
Incredible.
I just watched the little video that they put out. My God, with the scoop of ice cream on top. Are you kidding me?
Cookie?
Oh, God.
Hey, I don't know if Scotty's going to win the tournament, but I'll tell you what, if I'm sure most of the guys that have won, they won't be upset if Scotty wins, if he runs back that menu from last night. Universally praised for Scotty Scheffler as the guy.
Go ahead.
Did you see? I saw someone that just put out this on yesterday. It was just like, remember this, and it was Bubba Watson.
Yeah, I was just pulling
dinner. It was like, it was a Caesar salad, chicken breast with 2 vegetables,
garlic bread,
and
I think there's garlic toast. Like, yeah,
vanilla ice cream or something like that. Like it was the
confetti cake.
Yeah, confetti cake. There you go.
Well,
like
Lieutenant Eric today ranked the top 10 Masters dinners of all time on our show. And
that's incredible.
Number nine was mine. It was Tiger at 98. Burgers, chicken sandwiches, fries, and milkshakes. And I was like, take me there, Tiger. Take me there, man. But yeah, it was there. A lot of sushi mixed in to the top 10 today with Eric. Like, I thought Scotty Scheffler's menu look at number one. Oh, he went with Mike Weir because Mike Weir had Canadian beer on his menu. So he did go Mike Weir. Mike Weir is at 1. I think VJ was at 3. Tiger was on there twice. Scotty was on there. Lefty was on there. Mark O'Mara in I think 99 was on his list. So it was a fun little segment today. That was a lot of fun.
Bubba didn't crack the top 10.
No, I think Bubba was on there because you mentioned the vanilla ice cream is like the dessert. I was like, I'm pretty sure I heard that today.
It was confetti cake. Cake. That was right. That's exactly what it was.
Confetti cake with a scoop of vanilla.
I would expect to get that being offered at like a high school cafeteria right around now at lunchtime.
All right, boys. So, Patty, you got the categories. Lay out the categories for what we're going to do for our master draft here. We'll give you our outright plays a little bit later on, but the draft will allow us a chance to discuss a lot of different markets that are available, and there are a lot of markets available. I mean, you can get a hole-in-one on hole 6. There's a ton of stuff available over at Coolbet right now. But what are we focusing on for our Masters draft today?
We figured, okay, well, we put some of these together, and you mentioned it, Huss. There's 2 top dogs at the top, so it wouldn't make sense just to have one outright. Everyone likes the long shot, so here's how we broke it down. There's all different categories, but when it comes to the first category, it's the favorites. So anything from basically Scotty, who at the time of this was plus 470, to anyone at 20-1. So we're considering those as the favorite. Then there's the mid tier, 21-1 to 60-1. Anyone in that, you can then draft in your mid tier. Then a long shot, 61-1 and further. Then we get into the top finishes. So a top 10, a top 20, a top 30, 40, you name. That's the one thing that was awesome with this week with Coolbet is it doesn't just go up to the top 20. You have an opportunity to bet some guys at 30s and 40s, which I think certainly make things a lot more interesting indeed. And then the top group. So maybe top Canadian, top Asian, top lefty, top debutante. Again, a lot of options at Coolbet right now. Then the last one, wild card. Pretty much can be anything. Could be a category that you already picked. Could be a national specialist. Could be something else. Anything that didn't make your card, that can be considered your wild card bet. So, gentlemen, I think we're ready for a great competition. We laid out the rules. Let's have some fun here.
Let's do it.
I think we will.
You want to lead off?
Oh, geez, I don't know. That's a lot of pressure. I was going to take a 3-4 swing here. Huss, you can go first if you want, and then we'll work our way across the board.
Well,
now, with that being said, if you take the guy that I was going to I'll be pretty pissed, but I think I can risk it. I think I can chance it and get it down.
Well, I mean,
maybe we let Patty go first.
Okay, sure, Pat. Why don't you do that, and then we'll go. The only thing is, this is easy if we're doing snake draft to kind of go one way or the other.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here I'll go. I'll go
you
first.
Go first.
And you know what? I'm going to leave the outrights and some of these in a minute, but I have been studying the nationality plays. These are always my favorites.
Okay.
To get into this now. There's plenty of options with top European, and they've actually added a couple new ones. Like there's top continental European, so that add a few more countries in. Obviously, we've got top Canadian, the top debutante. But a guy that I really do like to potentially be in the mix to win this tournament, we know is the chef Minwoo Lee. Now, Minwoo, being a New Zealand guy, is kind of a mean, there's not a top before we've had top Aussie. So now the technical term is top player from Oceania. Well, that includes Cam Davis, Adam Scott, Jason Day, and Cameron Smith. And listen, Cam Smith, I think you would maybe think would be that guy. I mean, he's got that brilliant short game. I just don't trust his driver at all. And I think he's going to be essentially scrambling for his life most of the time. So with Minwoo winning a couple weeks ago, he ticks off a lot of the boxes that you have in a winner. Mm-hmm. I think he's a guy that can legitimately contend. I've got him on an outright already. So I'm going to go top player from Oceania, Minwoo Lee at plus 240 for my, I guess that'll be in the groups or the nationality pick.
It wouldn't be a Masters draft or a Masters show without us diving right into the nationality groups right away. I absolutely love it.
That's not where I was going to go, but that was one of my 3 plays for that category. So I'm not surprised. Yeah. I'm not surprised you went there. I like it. That's good.
It was on my initial card as well. All right, I'm going to go here. Oh boy. Can't believe I'm already panicking after the first pick here. It's just, there's so much. And I'm trying to play a little bit of prevent defense here. I'm going to go Colin Morikawa, top 10 at plus 130.
For your top, not a wild card play for your top.
No,
okay.
For my top finish. That allows me, maybe if my wild card, I want to go with another top. Here's the thing. Colin Morikawa, for about a year and a half, you could put him into the category of the most consistent golfer on the planet. Outside of Scotty Scheffler, outside of Rory McIlroy, he's the next guy. And at times, this guy has actually played better than them. He just has not been able to finish. Here's the thing. A lot of people are betting Colin Morikawa to win. Do I think he can win? Absolutely. Do I want to put my hard-earned money on him to win? Absolutely not. He has not been able to prove to me that he can close here. He's been close. He's got back-to-back top 10 finishes at Augusta. I think he's going to finish inside the top 10. I think it's going to come down the stretch. I don't see him winning. I don't need him to win, fellas. I just need him to finish inside the top 10, and I feel very confident Colin, come Sunday, is going to be there. I also know he's going to come down the end, and it's not going to be a good finish for Morikawa. We've seen this movie before. So don't need him to win, just need him to be there on that leaderboard on Sunday, and I'll take it at plus 130.
All right, Dusty. So 2 to you. Where are you going to start the?
Okay. Well, I have a quick question. Like, and maybe we should have discussed this prior to the draft, but like, once a guy is drafted once, can we take him for other things? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but like if we're talking about the favorites, like only one guy can be picked in the favorite category.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm just saying, like,
if you wanted to take Morikawa as your favorite, you could take him.
Yeah, okay, that's what I'm wondering. Like, can I take Minwoo Lee to be a top 20 play for me because you got him as top? Okay, that's okay.
Yes. So, but you can't take. So you couldn't take, though, if you wanted Morikawa top 5, you couldn't, because I've taken Morikawa in the top category.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's fair. Okay, that's fair. But I could still take him as a favorite if I wanted.
Yeah,
a little bit later.
Okay, top American, whatever you want. Yeah. As long as it's not in this category.
Okay. I do want to say that for the purposes of the draft as well, I'm very frustrated that Sepp Straka doesn't fit into that 61 to 100 long shot spot because he's rated 6,000. I was just like, oh, come on. We're missing it. If he was 6,100, we've thrown him in the line. So that one kind of frustrates me a little bit. I think the strategy here, well, there's a couple of different ways I could go. This is why I also didn't want to go first. I don't know why I get so nervous and panicky with the 3 of us buddies just doing it.
I did it too, man.
But I'm sitting here, I'm like, I don't know where to go. Okay, I am going to go. I'll go top lefty, Bobby Mack at plus 240. I'm going to throw him. So that'll be like my top group sort of thing. Top lefty, Robbie McIntyre at plus 240. I know there's been a lot of talk about him heading into this event. You'll hear more from him maybe a little bit later on, I would think, on the Lock Shop today as well. So I'll start there with McIntyre as my top, and I think Jake's keeping track of this, right? So I don't need to keep track of all of our.
I'm writing it all down.
Okay, you're writing it down too. All right, so I'll start with McIntyre, top lefty at plus 240, and then the mid tier is such a deep group. Like I've got 3 or 4 guys that I'm fine on, so I think I'll probably wait on the mid tier. Could I take another group as my wild card play? Can I do that? Okay. I'm gonna go top debutante and put it in my wild card selection. Aaron Rye at plus 750. So I'll take Rye at plus 750 as the top debutante, but I will throw it in my wild card selection. So top lefty and top debutante are my first 2 plays.
All right, Patty, back to you.
All right, back to me indeed. And I that mid tier.
It's stacked. It's stacked.
It's loaded. It's absolutely loaded. And I think the majority, when we go over our card, you're going to see majority of my bets come from this area. Despite everyone talking about, all the noise being at the top of the board. I'm going to go, and this might be a bit of a wrong play here as actually, no, both of you guys have done group. Okay. So I'm going to stay away from that actually. I am going to dip into my long shot here. I'm going to go into no, I'm pivoting. I almost went long shot with my second pick. I thought I think I'm going to wait for that. I'm going to go with, I guess I can go into my wild card. Yep. First round leader. I'm going to go bold here. I think to win this contest between us 3, you're going to need to hit a long shot here. And I'm going to go with Justin Rose, 60-1 to be the first round leader. He has already in his career been the first round leader 4 times. And this is not just him loading up at the start of his career. Back in 2021, this guy finished as the first round leader. He has had an opening card in the 60s in 8 times at Augusta. The guy comes flying out of the gates in order to come out hot and be that first round leader. So it's a bit of a long shot, but 60-1. I think I got to hit one of these to win this contest. So give me Justin Rose, first round leader, 60-1.
All right. I may as well go into a couple of these outrights. And I'll be honest, I had a tough time with the favorite because the guy, I'm going to take Rory as a favorite. So I will take Rory at plus 675. I do think, listen, it's not a great number to bet. You really sort of have to maybe I like having a wide card, on something like this. You've got a few guys. Listen, if you want to get the return you're looking for, you got to kind of invest more into a player like Rory. But listen, his game is in such a great place right now. The story is waiting to be written. He's kind of like Cody Rhodes. He's got to finish the story, like after WrestleMania. So I'm going to take Rory at plus 675. And the reason for that is that the guy that I was actually going to pick in the favorites category is by our definition not in the favorites because his number is too long. For the mid-tier, I guess, as it were, I'm taking Xander Schauffele.
Yeah.
And Xander, I'm going to tell you right now, guys, Xander, I have not played yet, Rory, and I will for now that I've picked him, and I'll have a little something on him. But I think Xander might be certainly as it pertains to the number that we're getting on him. Outside of some guys that are much bigger numbers, a Minwoo or whatever. Xander Schauffele's won 2 of the last 3 majors. Nobody is talking about him. We're talking about the live guys. We're talking about Scotty. We're talking about Rory.
Has he not finished top 3 twice at the Masters as well?
Oh yeah. He's been there. He's had course history. Xander, I don't know why he is so far under the radar. Well, I do know he was injured a little bit at the start of the year. He's been back. He's playing fine. Xander's going to be ready to go. And I think he loves the fact that everyone's talking about everybody else right now. So to me, Xander Schauffele at 24-1 is an absolute steal. Me personally, I think he should be probably the third guy on the board. I mean, I'll give Rory and Scotty the top two favorites, but I mean, I don't see a reason why John Rahm or Morikawa are priced that much lower than Xander Schauffele right now. So anyways, Schauffele, 24-1, love the number, think he can win. So I'll take Rory for my favorite and a steal of a Xander pick in the mid-tier at 24-1.
All right, Patty, back to you, buddy.
All right. I am going to now, I think we got to dip our toes into some of these here. And I'm going to go, it's a trendy pick this week. I'm going to go Corey Connors 50-1 in my mid-tier pick.
Ooh.
I know he didn't have a great showing last time out at Augusta, but he has had some great showings. He's got the ball striking. He drives the ball very well, and he has the recent form. He has been playing so well. He checks so many of these boxes when you talk about having success at Augusta. And I think the big question mark around him that has not allowed him to win here is the putter. But he's been gaining strokes left and right when it comes to him at this, I'd say the last 4 events, maybe 3 events. It's since he switched the mallet from the mallet putter, from the blade to the mallet, and he's been rolling the rock really well. You've got to be able to putt well, and if he can continue to do what he's doing here, and hey, if he's just getting it to close proximity anyways, he's not going to have to hit a ton of these bombs. So Corey Connors 50-1. I really like this one. There probably are a couple other shorter odds here that I feel like I probably could have gone with, but that number 50-1 just staring at me in the face in the recent form leads me to believe that Connors has a chance to be the first Canadian to win since Weirzy, since Lefty did it.
All right, Corey Connors 50-1. Dusty, you got 2 now. Your outrights are there as well as your top finish.
Yeah. Okay. So I got those 4 left here. Xander was, I probably should have taken Xander first round through in the mid tier, but my second mid tier is, I've been on this guy all year. He's won for, I'm going to be on Shane Lowry here at 32-1. I'll throw him into my mid tier spot more a little bit later on, and some outright plays for us as well. But at the Masters, he's 5 for 5 with a T3 in 2022. He's finished top 25 4 of the 5 times that he's been there. He's got 3 top 10s among 5 top 20s so far just this year. So Shane Lowry at plus 3,200. I will throw him into my mid-tier category. And then there's so many long shots that, we could probably wait on that. But yeah, you know what? I'll go long shot, and no, I'll wait on long shot. I do want a piece of Schauffele because I passed on one earlier. So I'm going to go Schauffele top 5 at plus 350, which I think is a pretty good number. The plus 350 just for a top number. 5 spot for Xander Schauffele. So I'll go Xander Schauffele top 5 plus 350, which then when it comes back around to me, I'll have to get to my long shot and my favorite. So back to you, Patty.
All right. I'm going to go with the long shot as well here. And he's just on the inside of this long shot. Akshay Bhatia, 65-1. He's a lefty. Lefties can have success at this golf course. We've seen it in many cases with Weir, Bubba Watson, Mickelson, you name it. Lefties have had a lot of success. I don't love him missing the cut last week at a tournament that he's won. But leading up to that, he's been in great form. He finished T3 at the Players. He had a great result. I believe it was at the Mexico Open, was just inside the top 10. He was great at the Genesis, inside the top 10 as well. And he had some really good successes at debutante last year. I think he was inside the top 20 as well. So if I get a chance to get my boy Bhatia at Augusta, as a long shot here, 65
Most
to 1.
obvious pick of the draft right here is you getting
doubt.
a piece of Bhatia. I don't know how we left it on the board, to be honest with you, Patty.
I had to jump on it.
Okay, so Patty's in, so that is back to me. So I've got my finish and I've got my long shot and then a wild card pick. All right, well, I'm going to go with the finish. And I too, Dusty, have my eyes on the bear, the Irish bear, Shane Lowry.
Yeah.
Shane Lowry is even money for a top 20. He is plus 275 for a top 10. And we just kind of laid out the numbers for Lowry. And the conservative play would be to go top 20 here. But I think Lowry, the way he's played this season, his course history would indicate that he's going to be there on Sunday afternoon on the second 9, as they call it. So let's roll with the bear, plus 275, top 10 for my my finish placement. So Lowry T10 plus 275. And then we'll look at these long shots. And, you know, if we're looking at above 60 to 1, I mean, there's Sergio there at plus 65, who was like 90, like going into the weekend, which was pretty wild. Patrick Reed is there. But listen, there's two guys to me that stand out as the value play. And I've actually made outrights on both of them. They're both 80 to 1.
Wyndham Clark.
One is Wyndham Clark.
Yeah.
And the other is Tony Finau. And I mean, I'm not missing Tony. I'm not missing Tony at the Masters. And listen, Tony has been up and down this year. But you want to talk about a guy that can drive the ball. I mean, Tony's that dude. And
who are you going to take? Who are you going to go with?
You know what? I'm going to go with Wyndham Clark for the long shot, because I think, and I mean, listen, it was the same thing the other week. I picked him, what was it, the T20 when we were using our wind boosts, and he ended up finishing T5. Like, he's had some recent really good. I put it this way, I don't understand why he's 80 to 1. He's a major champion.
Because you want to know why? You want to know why? 7 missed cuts in 12 major appearances. He's only finished inside the top 20 once in his major career, and that's when he won the U.S. Open. He missed the cut here in his only appearance at Augusta. You know how it goes.
That's why he's 80 to 1.
That is why he's 80 to 1. With that being said, at 80 to
All right, we are back. Internet issue at EST. Right in there. Whose pick was it? Who was making the pick at the time? But Patty, it was you?
It was Huss.
Huss. I just made my pick with Wyndham Clark for the long shot. So I need a wild card still. Patty needs a favorite and a nationality play or group play. Dusty, you need your favorite and your long shot. And this is to Patty.
All right. Okay. I'm going to close things off here. Oh boy, this is tough. Like, I mean, you look at the favorite board and there's really only 2 guys that are staring at me in the face. Do I want to go with the better number, or do I want to just take, you know what? We can't leave him undrafted. I'll go Scotty Scheffler for my favorite plus 470. I know the value isn't great, but there's no way we can have a draft and not have him picked.
Yeah. He has to go. Right? It's a bad look if he doesn't go here.
There's only 6 guys eligible in the favorite category. I mean, we figured that he would be going somewhere.
Yeah. So, I mean, full transparency, the other guy I was looking at was Bryson DeChambeau, 17-1. I do have an outright bet on him already. So he maybe won't be in my draft here, but he will be on my card when it comes to my outright bet. So top group, top Asian, Benny on plus 500. 3 starts. And including that, it's also when you look at the fact that it's not just that he's been playing really well and that he has got a top 20 finish at Augusta here. The other thing that kind of blows me away is when you look at the other guys here. Hideki, yes, he's a former champion, but he's been struggling as of late. Tom Kim hasn't been able to find his game. And Sub JM is, I don't know even where this guy is. So the fact that you can get him at plus 500, he's in great form. He's got some good history here. And then it goes up against the fact that those other guys in that group have not been playing a lot of great golf. I love the pick at 5-1.
Beautiful. So you're going with Benny on?
Benny on, top Asian, plus 500.
Okay, so that is your... Well, you actually only had the one pick there. You were taking Scheffler.
And then my top group, no?
But Dusty's got to pick two first.
Oh,
but
yes.
With that being said, first of all, blame the internet for the confusion. Second of all, with that being said, I wasn't going to take any of those guys anyway. So you can give the man his two picks. Man, the long shot thing's driving me crazy. You know what? I was going to take Wyndham Clark like in the first two picks because I was like, Huss, I know Huss is going to take Wyndham Clark. I was like, I know it. So I definitely should have taken it on the second swing. So I screwed up there. I mean, I'm rattled by myself in this draft already. Okay,
blame it on the internet.
At the top, I will go Colin Morikawa 15-1. This was kind of where things started to turn around for him last year. 7 top 4 finishes since then. 3 consecutive top 10s at the Masters in a row here coming into this. So I'll take Colin Morikawa at 15-1 and get a little bit more of the value than the top 2 guys in this event. And then, yeah, the wild card. I mean, I was looking at Wyndham Clark, and then I figured that you were probably going to take Bhatia. Like I said, right off the beginning of this draft, it pisses me off that Step Straka isn't at plus 61 as opposed to, because that would be an absolute automatic. I'm thinking about maybe going. There's a lot of Kevin Eubuzz, is there not? Is that not? But he's way down the board. I mean, it's quite a ways down there. But in some of the stuff I was looking at last night, he's a name that pops up a little bit. I mean, we see your Denny McCarthy's in there, Mav McNeely in there, Harmon who just won.
How did Kevin Yu qualify?
It's a great question. That is a
good question. I don't know how he qualified.
I heard all these people talking about it. I'm like, he's in the Masters?
Yeah, he's I mean, he's plus 40,000 right now, so he's a long shot. But yeah, keeps popping up. I don't know how he qualified, to be honest with you. Where do I go for the long shot? You know what? I'll just get Sergio in the mix here at 65-1. Give me Sergio Garcia at 65-1. We had when we had Mayo on Tuesday, I was like, "Who's your favorite live guy?" And he's like, "You know what? It might actually be Sergio right now." So I'll ride with Mayo on this one, and I'll take Sergio at 65-1 in my long shot. But once again, put an asterisk on the extra plus 100 to avoid Sepp Straka here, which I'm furious about. Anyway, all right. So Patty, you're done. I think you're done because you took 2 there. So you got one pick left?
Yeah. So I have the one pick left, and it is the wild card. So I'm sort of free.
Look at Jake. Jake in the chat. Jake in the chat says, "Give Dusty Sepp at 60-1 as my long shot, boys."
I mean,
listen, I wasn't going to plead for it, but Jake's saying, it's pretty close.
We can bend the rules, and considering the state of the rest of your picks, I mean,
let's do it.
No.
Well played, Huss. But if I had to be the butt end of a joke to get Sepp at 60-1, give it to me at 60-1. Thank you, Jake.
Yeah, the long shot is 60 and over. So we've just made a little.
Yeah.
So plus 6,000, and that's a nice pick. I mean, Sepp. I think there'll be a lot of action on Sepp in the groups. Top 20s.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe what's he for top 10?
I think I had him on my
5-1 for top 10. I wouldn't be surprised. And the funny thing is, he's got a bigger number than Akshay for top 10, even though Akshay is 65-1. Akshay's got lower numbers for top 5 and top 10. But I'm not really going to complicate this. I wanted to get a piece of this guy. Patty's already touched on him as an outright. And I don't want to say this is free money, but let's just say I was surprised there was a plus number beside Corey Connors as the top Canadian. And I think it's credit to Taylor Pendrith and the way he drives the ball. The fact, but we all know that is like this is Pendrith's first time there. He's 8-1 to be the top debutant. But I think Corey Connors, his course history, his experience there is going to be big for him. Obviously, Mike Weir's not a factor, so is essentially can Corey Connors beat Pendy and Nick Taylor, who I've got a lot of respect for both of those guys, but it would be kind of surprising if Corey Connors wasn't the top Canadian. So at plus money, plus 120, in fact, Corey will be my guy for my wild card pick. Connors, top Canadian.
That's a good one.
At plus 120.
Nice
a couple other ones that like
vote on that one.
Like where do you guys come out on the? Because it was one of my wild card options, and just because we're talking Canadians, where do you come out on that number? Over 2.5 Canadians to make the cut at plus 200. What do you think about that one?
It's
close, right?
Me.
It's tight. It's tight.
It's real tight. When you look at, obviously, I think Connors, I don't want to say it's a lock. I mean, I think he missed the cut last year. He, was, but before that, he's been so damn good here. Pendrith, when you look at the way that he plays, he certainly could be a course fit here. But how many times have we talked about it, guys? Like that first appearance at Augusta is just so difficult. And then you look at Nick Taylor. I think the best finish he's ever had here was T29 or something like that. So he doesn't have the best course history. And then, I mean, you're just praying maybe lefty somehow makes the cut here. So I think it's, from a patriotic standpoint, and, it's not a massive number. It's also like it's not a small number either. I think it's a fun bet. I'm definitely not going to say it's free money, but it certainly makes it a lot fun if that's a bet that you're looking at there.
Well, I mean, it's such a smaller field too. So, I mean, making the cut at the Masters is a little, it's a little more forgiving, but the course is the course, and the quality of competition is so high. But, you can pretty much take out a group of 15 guys that are former winners that are going to be there for the morning. They're going to play their 2 rounds, and then they'll be chilling in the clubhouse. So I don't mind some of those make the cut props more so in the Masters than any other tournament. It's just tough when you're counting on guys that have never been there before to make the cut, because you really don't know how they're going to play when they come to it. What about, we didn't get to the top live guy. I'm interested in your guys' thoughts on this.
Yeah, good point.
So John Rahm is at plus 320. Bryson is plus 375. Neiman at 6-1. Koepka plus 650. Cam Smith, Tyrrell Hatton 9-1. Sergio and Reed 12. Phil 14. DJ 16. We haven't really mentioned Bryson, and Bryson is a guy that I think a lot of people like. I mean, obviously he's had good success there before. He's in the mix. No one drives the ball like Bryson other than maybe Rory McIlroy. I'm a little dubious on his short game and just how important that is at Augusta National, and that's why I'm not on him. And I get John Rahm. You've got this talent, this incredible talent, which has been in witness protection program basically and live. He's going to want to come in as a former champion and make it. But is there are you guys on Rahm or DeChambeau, or is there someone further down at a bigger number that you think might actually end up being the top live guy?
I would like I already said, I've got an outright bet on DeChambeau. He finished T6 last year. He was the first round leader. I think when you look at from maybe a value standpoint though, Cam Smith plus 900. I think he's got the short game and the putting to stick around here at Augusta. The only thing that scares me is his driving. Him off the tee right now is just ugly, absolutely ugly. And you don't have to be a great driver of the ball. You just have to be accurate, and you can't get wayward. So that's one thing there. When you go down, I agree with you, Rom. He's not the same player. He's not able to finish. Like, look what happened to him this Sunday at Doral. He completely choked. Neiman, I know he was a trendy pick last year. He's not playing the same that he played before. Brooks Koepka, you're basically just betting on this guy showing up, putting his pants on, being at a major and competing. I already mentioned Cam Smith. Hatton, his form isn't where it is. Garcia and Reed are two guys that are very trendy, but those are more like boom or bust. I think if they make the cut, they're going to be around on Sunday. But there's also a good chance both of them don't make the cut and they fizzle out really quickly. So if I had to pick, if there's two bets here to have, it'd be DeChambeau plus 375 or a Cam Smith as a little bit of a mid-tier at plus 900.
Yeah, I don't trust Cam Smith at all right now, but if all of a sudden we were talking about the mullet on Sunday afternoon, it wouldn't surprise me. He certainly has the game. We just haven't seen it. What about you, Dusty?
I think I'd be on Bryson, to be honest with you. I mean, of all those live guys, I think Bryson's probably the play for me. I was reading some stuff a little bit earlier on in the day about Neiman. But I think I'd rather take Bryson at the plus 375 than Neiman at 6-1. So contemplated him a little bit to answer this question. Did look at the category when when prepping for this draft. But I liked some of the numbers on what did I go top debutante and the top lefty. I like some of the numbers on those guys a little bit better. But Bryson would have been my guy if we were going to put like a live category in the draft. Also, quickly, do you guys does any other sport in any fashion use the word debutante? I don't think we've seen it anywhere else, right? It's just the Masters.
Does any golf course use front nine, second nine? Does any sports authority call their fans patrons? I mean, I guess
the debutante always kills me when I always look at these odds. I'm like, oh, top debutante. Here we go. Like,
Chambly was on Foreplay, I think, this week. And they were asking him, like, from a broadcasting standpoint, like, oh, what can you say? What can you not say? And it was like 3-minute answer of all the things that, just the rules, regulations, and guidelines, not just for the patrons, but also for the people that are I'd
be nervous as hell going to this tournament. Like I'd just stand there like this and be like, I don't know what's going on here. Like, am I allowed to stand? Should I sit? Should I kneel? Am I too tall to be here? Like it's a lot of things that would concern me. All right. What about the outrights, boys? And we got to build a parlay here too. So let's keep moving. I mean, with some of the things we've already laid out, it's probably not going to surprise us where we're going for a bunch of outrights. I'll go first here. I am on Morikawa at 15-1. I kind of laid out the case for him a little bit earlier on when I took him as my favorite. I am on Shane Lowry as one of my top three here at 32-1. He's been excellent so far this year. And then I think you probably predict, but I'm on Russell Henley at 45-1 as well. He won at Bay Hill a month ago. T4 here in 2023. 3 top 15s at the Masters as well for Russell Henley. So, I mean, he's played the course well. He's been playing well so far this year. You can get him at a 45-1 number because it is the Masters and the field is so strong. But Henley will round up my 3 plays here. Morikawa, Lowry, and Russell Henley. Patty, where are you going?
I wish I only had 3 plays here, buddy.
Give me your 8 outrights, Patty.
I might be overexposed here, but again, as you guys know, I like to bet some of these later or earlier in the year. Akshay Bhatia 100-1. I placed that one in January. Sepp Straka 80-1. Placed that about a month ago. Here's a bet which I wish I didn't really bet because it's the same number that I got it, but during the Valspar, a 36-1 on Victor Hovland. Russ Henley, I'm on it as well, 45-1. Min-Woo Lee, 50-1. Jordan Spieth, 35-1. And then ringing up the rear, Bryson DeChambeau, 17-1. And because I drafted Scotty Scheffler, I got to get a piece of him somehow. So I will be betting maybe a couple of units on Scotty Scheffler to win this thing.
All right, let's go. Geez, the open bet thing on my account is
You might have to dig through a couple of Connor Hellebuck.
You need to set up a backup server at your house, Huss, to cover all this stuff.
Yeah. Well, actually, if you do go down through, like, if you really go down past the baseball futures, I have 1, 2, 3 Hellebuck MVP futures. And like throughout, like if we'd win a partner parlay, say for like $183, I just kept on reinvesting the change into the Jets. So I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different Jets futures.
You're a sick puppy, but I love you.
At anywhere from 20-1 to 15-1, which is nice because they're like 10 or 11 right now. Anyways, here's who. I might have about 50 entries into the mail contest too, from what I'm seeing right now too. By the way, don't forget, can open account bonuses before you make any wagers. So you get entries in for every $10 you play for the Canadian Open. All right. Well, Xander Schauffele's at the top of the list. I was in at 24-1. And as we discussed this and did this draft, I doubled down on it. So that is sort of my top play. I'll do something on Rory. But it won't be a huge play. Like the return won't be what some of these other guys would bring in. And then Min-Woo Lee, he's now down to 45-1. As soon as the numbers dropped on Monday, I got in on him at 50-1. I also put a couple bucks down on Bobby Mack at 50-1 to win the tournament. There's another Xander. I didn't love the number as much, especially considering he was there and I snoozed on Monday at 40-1, but I'm not surprised Shane Lowry's come down to 32. I think there's a lot of reason to believe that.
Well, you can still get him at 40-1 if you go to the exclusive tab. PME, the PME weekly boost. We still have it at 40-1, Shane Lowry.
Oh, well, okay. Well, there'll be a reinvestment in Lowry then. And I'll end up having him at 36-1 because I'll have one bet at 32 and one bet at 40. That's beautiful. And then for the long shots, I said I couldn't decide between Wyndham Clark and Tony Finau. But frankly, at 80-1, I think that's a great number on both of those guys. They probably won't win. Who knows whether we'll even be talking about them on Sunday. But Tony's been there before. He has the game. If he can put it all together, it wouldn't surprise me for him to have a sniff. And as I said about Wyndham Clark, I mean, he's played really well so far this year. He's been at the top of leaderboards. He's been playing on Sunday afternoons. He has a major championship. Has he done it at the Masters? No. But could he? Maybe. So I got 80-1s on both of those two guys. And so that's Lowry, Schauffele, Finau, Clark, and then the mid tier. And I really do like those numbers: 50-1s on Min-Woo Lee and Bobby Mack.
All right, so what are we doing for a parlay, boys?
Well, quickly, just so you guys know what my parlay is before. Top 10, so it's 2 top 20s: DeChambeau and Henley to finish inside the top 20, and then Justin Rose to make the cut. Plus 410, boosted up to plus 471.
All right, so that's already there.
Well, I think Huss and I are both on Min-Woo.
Yeah.
I think both you guys are on. I'm on Straka. Mind you, my number's a little bit different than what it was. I'm on Henley. You're on Henley. Dusty.
Yep.
Maybe you guys are both on Xander.
I got Xander in the picks in the draft. Yeah, I like Xander. I like Xander a lot, actually. I got him top 5. Huss had him. Yeah.
I don't know if he, again, maybe it's just because I don't have a bet on him. And at this point, I don't think I can afford to add anything more to my card. But if I could get a piece of him on the parlay, I certainly would be happy with that.
How about we do this? Why don't we take Xander? Do we want to just do top 20 for Xander, or do we want to do top 10?
I mean, it would suck if he finishes 14th or something and we're damn it, like we're going to get a good number on this anyway, right? So I'd probably be okay with going top 20 unless you really wanted Huss. I mean, I got him top 5 already, so.
No, because you know what I think would be fun to include in the parlay that I think people would like to be getting on is Connor's top Canadian.
Okay.
So if we had Connors at top Canadian and then picked Xander and say Minwoo, for instance, maybe, who's not on the other ones. I'm just looking. What is the Xander top 20 number? It's minus 120. So I mean, if Xander's minus 120, Minwoo Lee is plus 125. Corey Connors is plus 125. What would we be looking at for that, Pat?
So 125. We'll get a pretty decent number on that, fellas, I think.
Do you guys like Henley better than Minwoo? Like, I'm on Minwoo, but if you guys
I think I like Henley a little bit better than Minwoo.
I got them both on my card, so I will.
You're the tiebreaker then.
Off.
You're the
I'm
tiebreaker.
the tiebreaker. Here's where my dilemma is.
Okay.
The last time we had a discussion about Minwoo, I can't remember who it was. Someone said, well, Minwoo's a little boom or bust. He boomed that week, and he won the damn tournament, and we kept him off the partner parlay. But I think if you want to play a little bit prevent defense, Henley's got he's done it here before, like with his results. He hasn't won, obviously, but he's got
3 top 15s here.
And outside of Rory, outside of Scotty, maybe call it like he's one of the hottest golfers on the planet right now when it comes to what he's been able to do this year.
Let's go Henley. Let's go
put that in. Okay. Henley, top 20, Xander, top 20, and Corey Connors, top Canadian.
Lock it in. Minwoo Lee just won the Masters.
Congratulations to Minwoo Lee. What size is your jacket?
I'm doubling up my bet on that.
You got that covered too.
I've already got him too.
Oh, so. This is good, boys. This was a lot of fun. Huss, what's coming up on WST, buddy?
Well, lots coming up. Actually, we are going to be talking more Masters. My buddy Feinberg's going to be jumping on. And actually, Eric Howardchuk, who is the son of Dale, is in town. We're going to talk a little Jets with him. And he is also used to play on the Canadian Tour, a golf pro down there. He's all fired up for Masters. So we've got some fun Masters content coming up. Kevin Donnelly coming up from the Jets to give us the full rundown of everything planned downtown for the playoffs. And Brandon Royke with more on the Jets. And by the way, WSTers, keep your eyes out on our social channels and Coolbets, because the playoffs in the PEG giveaway contest is open, should be right now as we start this show. Your chance to put the whites on and get behind the home team for playoff action, courtesy of WST and Coolbet. So check our socials, Instagram, X, both ours and Coolbet, and get your entries in, and good luck to everybody.
Patty, if you want to hop on later in the week to talk some Masters, just fire us a text, man. We'll gladly have you later in the week if you're not busy. All right, that is going to do it for our Masters preview on the Lock Shop. Oilers are in action. We have the oil stream coming up next. Tommy Gazzola will join us from down at the rink today. For P. Greggy and Huss, I am Nielson. Thank you very much for joining us on the Lock Shop today. Best of luck this weekend with the Masters, and we will talk to you again tomorrow.